You're watching Let the Quran Speak. I recently had an opportunity to interview Tayyibah Taylor at the Reviving the Islamic Spirit conference in Toronto. Tayyibah Taylor was named one of the 500 most influential Muslims by a Middle Eastern think tank. She's also the founder and editor-in-chief of Azizah Magazine. It's a magazine that looks at the perspectives and experiences of Muslim women. Here is the interview now. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you for having me.
And here is her magazine. So, Tayyibah, I know you've spoken a lot about Muslim women, and I want to know more about what you think about Muslim women. But first, I want to know what are the successes that you've seen from Muslim women? Because we often talk about the failures and the problems with Muslim women and how we need to work on that. But what are some of the successes that you've seen?
Well, one of the reasons I started the magazine was because we only see portrayals of Muslim women as the victim or the terrorist or the exotic other, but we very seldom see the portrayals of the Muslim woman who is to be emulated and admired. And Azizah Magazine is full of those because we have a plethora of stories, really, when we look at them. Muslim women who are scholars of Islamic theology, who are offering alternatives to patriarchal interpretations. We have Muslim women who excel at businesses, own their businesses for a long decades and are very successful. We have Muslim women who are on courts in the United States, presiding over courts, who have been elected to public office. I mean, those are certainly stories that you see a Muslim woman excelling and with stellar accomplishments.
What do you think are the keys to success for Muslim women?
I think the keys to success really is having faith in Allah first and foremost, and faith in yourself. So often people might try to make us feel inferior because of perhaps the way we look, because of our religion or ethnicity, but the truth is no one can make us feel inferior without our permission. So if someone tries to make you feel inferior, really that's their problem, not ours, and we continue to do whatever our objective is, with the knowledge that we are believers in God and our work can be part of our worship.
Now, what do you think, maybe you can tell us a little bit about some of the challenges that Muslim women face in becoming empowered and achieving success?
I think the main challenge from the greater community is the perception of who we are. I would say the counterfeit images that people have digested, and this has become part of their socialization. And so that when we encounter people who are holding images of the oppressed non-entity as the Muslim woman, then we have to deal with those perceptions. I think that's a challenge, undoing all those stereotypes and those misperceptions. Within the Muslim community itself, I think the main challenge is really finding a place where we can really fulfill our potential to create our own destiny. Sometimes people want to marginalize Muslim women in the community out of sometimes love for her, sometimes not so much love, but that is a challenge too, to create that space where we can really be who we are.
What would you say to a Muslim woman who is facing limiting messages? Or hearing limiting messages such as, a woman's place is in the home, or, you should be more modest in your behavior, or something like this. How would you tell them to respond to that sort of thing?
Well, I think certainly a Muslim woman's modesty of dress and behavior and decorum is her passport to public space. And I believe that part of our charge, part of our spiritual agency is to utilize all of our talents and all of our abilities that we have been blessed with by Allah. And I really see that not utilizing our potential is a detriment not only to ourselves but to our communities. But I also see it as a form of ingratitude to the Creator. If the Creator has blessed you with abilities, mental capacities, a certain level of intellect or talent, then it should be utilized to help make the world a better place, help to move humanity forward.
So do you think Muslim women need courage then? What is it that they need to move forward?
I think whatever we need, we have within us.
We have it within us.
We have within us. And there's, we're told there is La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wasaha. Allah will never give us a burden greater than we can bear. Mm-hmm. So even if we think, oh my goodness, this is just too much, I can't deal with this, it's not a truth. The truth is that we have within us the capacity, the understanding, the strength to deal with whatever comes our way. So if you have an objective, really, it is to apply yourself and to really work towards your goal. And inshallah, you will be successful.
That's beautifully said. Now, where do you see Muslim women going within the next 20 years? Do you see them becoming leaders? What do you see, how do you see them advancing?
I certainly see Muslim women taking on whatever they see that, whatever objectives and goals that they have for themselves. It's a very exciting time to be alive because we have reached a point in technology and our development of science where we can communicate and connect with people throughout the world instantaneously. Mm-hmm. So this allows us to really share who we are, share our message share our spirituality, share our expertise. And so I think it's a very exciting time to be a Muslim woman. I think the combination of being female and being Muslim is a very powerful one, especially in an environment where we have not only freedom of speech and freedom of movement, but we also have a knowledge of our spiritual agency and a knowledge of our responsibility to our Creator and the world.
Mm-hmm. So Muslim women, you're saying, have a lot to offer to the wider community then?
Of course.
Sister Tayyibah Taylor, thank you so much for talking to us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.